You may recall I took this sort of plug-in nightlight thing to bits a while back, and it was an interesting construction. It had the circuit board in the base and the polystyrene top with this sort of flock on it. Well, apparently they do a much bigger version, like really much bigger, with an actual flex on it. And this one has the same sort of light sensor arrangement poking through a hole. And if I cover that up and then shield it from the light, you'll see it's got standard Apple flicker vision, but it's got two, unusually they're yellow LEDs, either that or I would call them maybe extreme warm white, creamy yellow white, and the middle one has a colour changing LED. And the first thing I did when I got this, before even plugging it in, which turned out to be a bad idea, I pulled one of these caps off to see what sort of LED it was and what arrangement it had, and it turned out that the LED was done in the older style by plugging it into a little socket on the end of the cable. And that meant when I pulled this off, because the LED is stuffed up the middle of this stamen, the LED was left in the stamen, and when I pulled it out, it was just the socket, and then I had to retrieve, using a pair of long nose pliers, I had to carefully wheedle, foliage just coming out, I had to wheedle the LED out of the rubber plant to actually get it plugged back in, and also test the unit to find out what polarity it was in the first place. So if you get one of these, don't just rip the flowers off. Not that you would necessarily do that, but I do, and that's what happened. So just so you know. However, I'm guessing this pretty much has the same circuitry as the smaller one, so let's open it up and see what's inside. Is this going to just come out? I think this is glued in. Should I? So let's try this spudger. I can feel what might be glue down the side here, so I think I'll just work my way around. This is where it's probably just as well I unplugged it, just in case I shoved a metal spudger into a live circuit board. Oh yeah, I can feel what feels like glue breaking out of that, or I'm just completely destroying the thing. This is going to be just little green bits of flock everywhere forevermore now. Oop. Yeah, this is crunching through it. It's definitely, it's like a tin opener for plants. Right, I think we're just about ready to use... Oh, here we go, here we go. Ugh. Oh, it is. It really is. They've used a sort of black glue, not just to hold, well, not just to hold the little wiring loom in, but to hold this in as well. And they've just, the circuit board is exactly the same one that you find in this version. Pretty sure it's the same one. Looks the same one. Yes, it is the same one. And all they've done here, oh, this unplugs, that's quite handy. All they've done here is they've glued that circuit board in with splunge. And the LDR has just been roughly aimed at that hole. Actually, you can just see the front of it has just been tacked against that, and then the whole lot's been glued in. So this case has potential. It's not unsafe in its existing form, other than as unsafe as any sort of electronics could be. But it does have the potential that, with care, if you had a pair of long nose pliers, you could change the colour of these LEDs if you want. You could even replace the mushrooms if you want. You could put on these little flowers if you wanted. Noting that this one has the LEDs just soldered and heat shrinked in. But it also opens up the possibility of using this just as a base for your own custom light. And if you're using it where kids could play with it, you could then take the extra precaution of actually making it USB powered, and basically just make, well, if you've seen my other mushroom build USB mushroom light, if you do a search for USB mushroom light or toadstool light on my channel, you'll find what I'm talking about. But it means that you could actually make quite a modest plume of LEDs and flowers coming out of this. So yes, it's viable to actually, it's quite a nice base, it's quite robust, it's got this removable disc of that sort of lawnish flock effect, and you could just replace the circuitry inside with, as I say, a USB lead and a resistor per LED, and if you wanted, either directly soldered in LEDs in the end with sleeving around them, or the little Molex type connectors that you could then plug LEDs into. So it has potential. It's not bad. But as it is, it's not that bad actually in terms of construction, and it's a relatively safe design. So yeah, that's not too bad at all. So I forgot to mention where this came from. It was from eBay, and this particular seller, and I think a few different ones sell them, but this particular seller was Luck-A-Pen. Luck-A-Pen. Quite a big seller. I've used them before. And the description, the keywords, and I'll read it from down here because it seems to be the complete bit down here. New Creative Motion Calla, C-A-L-L-A, Lily Flower Light Desk Lamp Home Decor Idea Gift. And one of the nicest things about this, apart from its scale, its larger size and its hackability, is the fact it does come with the facility to either change the flex for a better one, or use the existing flex with a plug of your choice. So it's fairly neat. I might do something with this because certainly it's going to act as a good base for modifications.